Welcome again, Aries. It's May 2022. Dodici here with your Oracle Express, as I call it. Brief, but hopefully pertinent, to the point, and something that'll give you some food for thought, or as I also say, a wisdom sandwich. This month's important, and if you had a chance to take a look at the opener, the introduction, I want to talk a little bit about karma this month, and how karma is really fueled by your desire. In the horoscope, if you take a look at these nodal points and the transit of those points through each of the 12 zodiac signs, we see in the horoscope that right now your North Node is transiting this second house of finance, money, values. In some systems, they say this is the family as well, not specifically the mother, which is this fourth house. But it's pertinent this month, and the reason I wanted to talk about it is because we have two eclipses taking place here. One right on the first day of the month. Excuse me. It's a solar eclipse taking place in that second house. And that's important because it shuts off the light. And as well as that this month, that's going to add a little bit of spice to the transital mix, is the retrograde Mercury, which I see there in my list on the 10th of May. And you see Mercury down here in this third sign of contracts and communication. Moving back into this second house, you've got a chock full second house, as I call it, a celestial traffic jam. Uranus there, which has retained its position for some time, throwing your finances into a bit of a tailspin. Referring back to that introduction, I was talking about your future, your fate, your destiny being very much tied in with the decisions that you make now. Because this karmic point in the eclipse, this point, mid-2022, is impacting this second house of finance. This is really the area that is going to be pivotal in what happens to you over the coming years. The decisions you make over the next 18 months are going to have a marked impact on your life, the life of your family, your friends, your relationships. And if you take a look over here, this south node, I've referred to this south node, which in the mythological Hindu system refers to it as the headless serpent. This is the head of the serpent, that's your future karma. This is the tail of the serpent, your past karma. And being headless, the cautionary note here is, not doing things that are thoughtless, not being impulsive, which, as we know, is part of your nature. We can see, too, that with your Mars now transiting this month through the sign of Pisces in your 12th house of expenses, with Venus, with Jupiter, there is a very strong tone of expense, impulse, and thoughtlessness surrounding the use or involvement with other people's money. It's imperative for you to be very, very careful how you manage your funds, how you manage your resources. And this also extends to non-material things that you share with others. That could be your space, it could be your time, it could be your body, because this is also the house of sexuality and intimacy. So, the theme this month is observe, be aware of your desires in these spheres of your life, because they are going to be a determinant of what's happening in your future in a very, very big way. The second eclipse, I'm just taking a look here, better get my eyes on. 16th of May, lunar eclipse taking place in that opposite sign, again, near to the south node. It's around that time, I think, especially because the moon is involved, there's a lunar eclipse here, then that is going to be the trigger point for some of these shared resources that I'm talking about. Very important for you to get down into the nitty-gritty, underneath the surface, not be afraid to talk about those things that you intuitively feel might undermine some of your efforts this month, but you may be a little bit apprehensive about discussing. So, That's the focus this month. I haven't talked much about anything else because that is going to determine a lot of the outcomes in other areas of your life. By 25th, you're more in your element there with Mars, your ruler, moving back into the sign of Aries. Mars also makes a conjunction at that time, just before it moves. Well, it says here 29th of May. I'm trying to understand that. In any case, 25th to the 29th. There's an element of luck here. That's that impulse that I'm talking about. With the node and the desire nature being very, very strong at this time, there are certainly opportunities for you. But you need to look at the long-term impact of that. Don't rush headlong into it. As we can see with that retrograde Mercury, it's cautioning you to think twice before you act. Take a look at astrology.com.au. We've got more there. Lots more. I'm uploading so many articles right now. There's a couple there that you might want to check out in our blog section relating to karma itself. A bit of an adjunct to this theme this month. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm here if you want to talk to me personally, because to unravel this karmic knot, it's good to look at the chart from the time and the place that you're born. I'm here to help you with that. You can always drop me a line, and I do hope to see you next month. Take care now.